Introducing first, from the Bronx, Vicious Veronica VaRoom, the Derby Jammer!
Vicious Veronica VaRoom, the brash big mouth from the Bronx, making her way into the WOW Arena, David. And of course, we've had her here at the table. Veronica VaRoom has such a large personality and doesn't mind getting in anybody's face, David.
Including the cameraman, as she grabbed that camera again. And I asked her to stop on that. If she keeps it up, we're gonna have to fine her. Vicious Veronica VaRoom from the Bronx.
They're not cheap, David. What a way to kick off in-ring action here. And wow.
Vicious Veronica VaRoom joined us, what, once or twice, three times maybe, here as a commentator.
Accompanied by her friend, Daisy Lane, from Kingsland, Texas, it's
Chainsaw gonna put Vicious Veronica VaRoom to the test. I don't think there's any amount of running the mouth that can get rid of Chainsaw, David, and her onslaught.
She's with her little friend, Daisy, who's got her little friend Daisy with her. I love that doll, Nigel, little Daisy. It's so pretty. Of course, they found that in the big trunk when they opened the trunk, and you saw how come and why Chainsaw took to Daisy. It was that doll that kept her comfort when she was locked in the shed by her dad.
The Chainsaw and Daisy Lane have been in trios action as of late, but we've got to take a break. We'll continue this match when we return. Stay tuned. Welcome back, WOW fans. Our next match starts right now. Nice to see Chainsaw taking on a little singles competition along with, as you mentioned, David, Daisy and little Daisy on the outside of the ring. And David, we've got a heck of a lot of action coming up on today's episode of WOW, including that WOW World's Championship being defended in our main event. Tormenta defending against the muscle, Reina Del Rey. That's our main event a little bit later on today. Now is Chainsaw sends the vicious one, Veronica VaRoom, down to the canvas with that clothesline, David.
Well, that main event came about due to the fact Adriana Gambino took a gamble. She didn't know if it was be the Classmaster or Tormenta in the main event, but she took a gamble and she's got Tormenta tonight. So this is a big opportunity for Reina Del Rey as Vicious Veronica VaRoom is thrown into the corner, and Chainsaw, who's got a new energy since she's found the one called Little Daisy.
No doubt about that, David, and taking on the vicious one who smartly moves out of the way of that splash attempt of Chainsaw. Gotta hand it to Vicious Veronica VaRoom. She's not dropped that brash attitude going into the ring with Chainsaw. So she's not just all talk, David. It's Veronica VaRoom, the former Derby Jammer, David, who was kicked off of several teams for being too rough now. Oh, my!
Probably rough, loud, and obnoxious. You gotta have a good attitude to be on those teams,
and that's
Nigel.
just to name a few, David. Now, going for the crucifix pin, but was unable to catch that.
She can't get up and over those bigger and powerful Chainsaw. But Chainsaw just picks up Veronica VaRoom.
And Veronica VaRoom doing everything she can to fight out. But now Chainsaw with the body bag has Veronica VaRoom up on that top turnbuckle and just ripping away at the midsection. Veronica VaRoom crashing down to the canvas, David. And Chainsaw now just using the hair of Veronica VaRoom to send her across. And listen to these fans.
They love Chainsaw. And it's all because of Daisy, I think. Daisy, who's replaced little Angelica Dante as the mentor of Chainsaw and given her new life, is going to town. Vicious Veronica goes over and grabs little Daisy, and she shouldn't have done that. I gotta tell you, don't upset Chainsaw.
That's the quickest way to upset Chainsaw. Now it's Daisy Lane. Gets a little payback on Veronica VaRoom now. Chainsaw dragging the vicious one into the ring, David. And I don't think Veronica VaRoom ever encountered anything like this when she was playing roller derby, David.
Oh, the choke! She's got her by the neck, Nigel!
She's got her goozled, and it's the choke slam! Veronica VaRoom covered by Chainsaw, and she becomes...
Oh, baby!
Another victim of Chainsaw.
And here we go with the whirly
The
bird!
graveyard smash! As Daisy Lane now covers the body of Veronica VaRoom. Referee Charlie Wu counting 3.
Chainsaw in that ring, the new life and energy clear, and vicious Veronica VaRoom made a mistake grabbing little Daisy on the outside, and there you see him in the ring celebrating.
Introducing first, from Salem, Massachusetts, and the Collins Kennel Club, respectively, Katarina Jinx and Goldie Collins. Together, they
What a night of wow shaping up here, Nigel.
Insane.
Here are the animal lovers, dogs and cats. I never thought they'd get along until I saw these two.
We never know what can happen here in the world of WoW, David. What could happen in tonight's main event, too, by the way, as the muscle of the Alliance, Reina Del Rey, in our main event, set to take on the brand new WoW World's Champion, and that of Tormenta tonight. Reina Del Rey gets that title opportunity, David.
She certainly does, and she's been wanting it vis-a-vis Adriana Gambino, pushing for it.
And there you see him. Katarina Jinx, Goldie Collins. Will they have the animal instinct tonight to take out Sweet Heat?
And their opponents, from the Magic City, Lovely Lori and Luscious Lindsay Carlson, Miami Sweet Heat.
The fans have somewhat taken to them. You don't hear the boos as much. You hear an occasional cheer, if you will.
An occasional cheer. You listening to this audience? The whole place is on their feet for Miami Sweet Heat, David, who have become a fan favorite. Hey, look, I'm just looking at the whole audience here.
I know that most of them are on the feet, but I gotta tell you.
But look, they're fan favorites because they took out Lana Starr, Holly Swag, and Penelope Pink, and what a wild matchup that was,
I
David.
know it, but let's not forget all their braggadocios, but they are taking a liking to Miami Sweet Heat and Animals Instinct. If they can get a win over the 4-time tag team champions of the world, it puts them in contention for the tag team championship against Swag and Penelope Pink.
Well, this is the first time that we've seen Sweet Heat in action ever since that wild and crazy, no disqualification, hardcore matchup, David, for the WoW World Tag Team Championships. And of course, both teams went off the side of our stage and through medical tables that we had, of course, with our EMTs prepared to take care of our athletes. And both teams, both Sweet Heat, Holly Swag, and Penelope Pink, all 4 superheroes going through that table just 3 weeks ago. And now, David, a reset, if you will, for Sweet Heat.
Well, as we saw in the video footage after that event that was picked up in the back of the arena, where they were on one of the training rings for WoW that comes into the buildings often, they were laid out in the center of that squared circle, aspirin, Advil, Tylenol bottles, everything, all opened up. And they, oh, beautiful drop kick by Lori. And I am so happy they got some rest, Nigel, because they were exhausted after that matchup.
Oh, wouldn't you be, David, now as the big scoop and the slam from Lovely Lori now to Goldie Collins. Lovely Lori going for the cover as our official referee, Chad Rico, says 2 to our timekeeper.
Nigel, I wouldn't even be alive. You talking about hurting? I wouldn't be alive.
My goodness, Sweet Heat, and
My
again,
little body'd be all busted up. Look at that beautiful hip
It's an elbow drop that the American Dream Dusty Rhodes would have been proud of, David. Now.
Oh, she was doing it there, Luscious Lindsay. It's usually, in my memory, Lori that drives those elbows in with the Fab jab.
Did you see that, though, David? As Luscious Lindsay went into the ropes, the scorpion-like kick from Katarina Jinx catching the Luscious one in the midsection, and now both members of Animal Instinct. There you see the side effect to Luscious Lindsay. Double team maneuver now, hook of the leg, and referee Chad Rico once again says just a 2 count, David. Of course, speaking of championships and Miami Sweet Heat going after those Wild World Tag Team Championships, we mentioned it before this match, David, but again, the first title defense of Tormenta tonight, our main event. We're just moments away from Reina Del Rey challenging Tormenta for that Wild World's Championship now, as Katarina Jinx has the Luscious one in the corner now, knocking lovely Lori off of the ring apron.
Reina Del Rey, she's had her chances before with the Beast, but this one tonight against Tormenta is the first in a long time as she gets a shot at the title, and their Animal Instinct takes over on Luscious Lindsay, and here comes Lori right in there to break it up. I am so happy, and you can read it on the Wild Superheroes. It was so much, it affected so many, Nigel. They were so happy to see the twin sisters put their differences aside and get back together.
And now, lovely Lori, you're right about that, David, and what an emotional scene that was. Now the dog pound from Goldie Collins and Katarina Jinx, as referee Chad Rico was briefly distracted, speaking of emotion, by the emotional lovely Lori on the outside of the ring. Of course, it's their being twins often brings a unique bond, David, but sometimes in these tag team matches, the emotion can get real and raw very quick.
You got that right now, Jill. I want you to remember something about life. You can never break up twins. The twins' bond is stronger than anything.
And now, Katarina Jinx sending the face of Luscious Lindsay into the top turnbuckle.
Look at the instinct. You talk about animal instinct of the cat. Luscious Lindsay was jammed right into the top turnbuckle, turned around and threw a right hook. That's totally instinctual. Instinctual of a 4-time tag team champion of the world.
That's a great point, David, now as Katarina Jinx with that right leg just connecting right into the chest of the Luscious one, who kicks out at 2. Katarina Jinx not at all impressed with the wherewithal presented by Luscious Lindsay, who is trying to fight her way back in this matchup for her team Sweet Heat, but Katarina Jinx just shutting Luscious Lindsay down once again.
The boot right to the throat by Jinx to the Luscious one. Goldie Collins gets an elbow smash, and Lindsay trying to break out of it, but Goldie takes her throat across the 3rd rope. Almost like a springboard effect, Nigel.
Just snapping that neck right on the top rope, David. Devastating move. Good enough for a 2 count, but now Luscious Lindsay trying to inch closer and closer to her tag team partner, her twin sister, as Katarina Jinx wants to slow down any opportunity that Sweet Heat might have to tag into each other now.
What's
as Katarina
this?
Jinx going for a submission, but obviously lost her balance and doesn't have the submission applied as much as she would like to.
Well, I'll tell you, Lori thought it was, and Lori came right in to save Lindsay.
And now, all 4 members of these 2 teams in the ring now. Katarina Jinx with a kick to the head of Luscious Lindsay, and now to the midsection of lovely Lori. But wait, Luscious Lindsay ducks the clothesline and has one of her own for Goldie Collins and tags into her sister.
Katarina Collins, who won Penelope Pink and Swag in a championship match, having their trouble here with the 4-way tag team champions of the world.
And now lovely Lori, what a big boot there. And a seated drop kick to Katarina Jinx. Lovely Lori has been ready to get in this match for quite some time now,
I gotta tell
David.
you, Nigel, a little rest does the Carlson twins well, because they are well-oiled machine tonight.
And now, Luscious Lindsay just clubbing away at Goldie Collins, sending her to the outside of the ring. And David now administering several knees. She's going up
high.
top.
She's going high.
And the bad jab, David.
And Katarina Jinx goes low. And there's the 1, 2, 3.
Sweetie picking up the tag team victory here tonight, David.
And they win it. And spoil Katarina Jinx and Goldie Collins shot.
Introducing first, accompanied by members of the Alliance of Adriana Gambino, BK Rhythm, and Gigi Gianni from Long Beach, California, it's Reina Del Rey.
And there you see her, David, Reina Del Rey, flanked by her sidekicks in the Alliance, BK Rhythm, Gigi Gianni, and of course, Adriana Gambino.
This is a big opportunity for Reina Del Rey because Tormenta is coming off of a victory just a week ago, winning the championship, all that entailed with respects to the energy, the enthusiasm. And now to come in 1 week later to become a fighting champion and take on Reina Del Rey is something worthy of praise. And Adriana Gambino, this is your shot.
David, this headset does not do justice for my hair.
And her opponent from Guadalajara, Mexico, your Wow World Champion, it's Tormenta.
Here we see, at the top of the hour, the era of Tormenta. She announced to our fans here and worldwide, David. There you see her, the brand new WOW World's Champion. And as you mentioned, just a week ago, capturing that prestigious title. And David, like the true fighting champion she is, defending it just a week later after an explosive main event matchup.
Are you guys excited for a new championship? New champion, Reina Del Rey? Look at her, she looks like a champion.
You thought possibly you'd be in here tonight against the Glassmaster, though. And then, obviously, when Nigel pressed you on the issue, you said it didn't matter. But the point is, you thought you'd be in there against the Glassmaster.
David, why are you grilling me right now? What is this?
I'm not grilling, I'm
What's your problem
stating
with me,
facts.
David?
I'm stating facts.
Oh my God. Hold on.
What's that mean?
You don't want to know, David. And now, senior official referee Jeff McGowan getting that WOW World's Championship from the champion Tormenta and showing it to you there on your screen. The most prestigious prize in all of women of wrestling, David.
You notice the nameplate? Tormenta.
Not for long, David, not for long.
Now here's what I've got to ask you, a little journalistic integrity, if you will. Was the game plan obviously in on the fix? In other words, Reina Del Rey, didn't matter who was the champion, she was going to get a shot at the championship in a possibly weakened down state after a very high stakes championship match just last week. Did you call that shot, or was that Reina's decision?
Nigel.
I'm just trying to find
Everything goes through
out.
the boss. Everything goes through the boss. Was it her idea? Maybe, but it always gets approved by me.
Well, it was a smart decision because, as you see, Reina Del Rey is fresh. And, of course, Tormenta's got two competitors on the outside, the Brat Pack, Gigi Gianni and BK Rhythm.
They're keeping their distance. Don't worry about them.
And David, you told our former WOW World's Champion, the Glassmaster, that she would have to get in line, start from the bottom and work her way all the way up to the top because Samantha Smart inadvertently, I believe, admitted that she was cheating.
Of course she admitted it unknowingly. You got to give Adriana Gambino some credit here. She smoothly and confidently just sits with us and watches the action.
David, I need a better chair if I'm going to start coming here all the time.
Well, I can't get you leather.
Reina Del Rey with a pinfall attempt on Tormenta, and once again trying to pin the champion, and once again just getting a 2 count. The fans here in the WOW Arena rallying behind new WOW World Champion Tormenta.
The champion, Tormenta. has clearly started this match without her usual pep. And that could possibly due to her electing to take on this match 1 week after winning the WOW Championship.
Northern Lights lariat attempt by Reina Del Rey, but it's answered back by a counter move and a basement drop kick from Tormenta. Reina Del Rey on the outside of the ring with BK Rhythm and Gigi Gianni as Tormenta says, come on, I'm ready for more action.
Tormenta hits the ropes. She was gonna go under the rope and hit Reina Del Rey, but she was stopped cold.
Not this
Tormenta
time, David.
now in a precarious position
here comes.
as Reina Del Rey with the drive-by.
Drive-by.
Knee right in there.
Bellissima.
Now, what does that mean when she does this and licks her finger and 2 fingers there?
David, she's been doing that for how many seasons? You still don't know?
No.
You'll figure it out one day.
And now Reina Del Rey sliding into the ring. And now referee Jeff McGowan administering the count. Tormenta has until the count at 10, but can she make it in? Of course, if Reina Del Rey, as Tormenta counted out, she wouldn't get the championship, but possibly another shot. Now Reina Del Rey.
Oh, Tormenta comes in the hard way.
With the DDT, will it be enough? And no.
Slow count, Jeff.
You notice it was on the outside on both wings of Tormenta, BK Rhythm and Gigi Gianni.
Do you remember what I call them, David?
Give it to me again.
Goombas.
Goombas. I tell you, I gotta hang out with you more to know what these words are.
Oh, just come out here more often. Sit at the desk with you, teach you a few things.
I like it when you're
Wait a
only
second.
rolling with your
Wait a second.
alliance group. Look at that, Reina Del Rey over the 3rd row.
Gigi Gianni and BK Rhythm trying to hold the feet of Tormenta, and Tormenta low bridging the challenger, Reina Del Rey, who spills to the outside of the ring, and here goes Tormenta.
Tormenta flies through the ropes. And she doesn't take down just Reina Del Rey. She takes down BK Rhythm and Gigi Gianni.
It's a 3-for-1 situation for Tormenta. Now as she grabs the challenger, Reina Del Rey, and this WOW Arena has exploded with support for the WOW World Champion.
Now it's like a bowling ball taking out 10 pins.
And now brawling on the outside of the ring, Tormenta throwing the challenger Reina Del Rey back into the ring. And considering she won that championship in a matchup just a week ago, Tormenta is on fire tonight,
She
David.
certainly is. And don't forget, it's Tormenta that's claimed to have taken out the neck of Viola the Goat and taken her out when we find out of professional wrestling. Tormenta is a fighting champion and an eliminating champion. If you fight Tormenta, you might be eliminated from the ring.
And Tormenta now back in the ring, but BK Rhythm and Gigi Gianni, the distraction and buying Reina Del Rey some time. Both superheroes thinking the same thing. Double clothesline, but Reina Del Rey able to roll over to try to get the cover. Tormenta kicks out at 2. And I'm sure, Adriana, you and Reina Del Rey have been doing special training, special preparation, and watching footage before this main event contest.
Oh, of course, Nigel, always. But like I told David the last time I was out here, I'm not going to tell you guys what we can do it, because then everyone else is going to start doing it.
And now Tormenta up on the shoulders of the challenger. Wow! And now, with the German suplex, Reina Del Rey sends Tormenta across the ring, David.
The German suplex resulted in Tormenta landing oddly on her right shoulder. And now we not only see Tormenta holding that right shoulder, but we hear her screaming in pain.
And there is a look of concern on several faces of the fans here in the WOW Arena as we could be looking at the next WOW World Champion.
Nigel, Jeff McGowan seems to be calling it. Yes, yes, yes. He signals this injury is going to prevent the match from continuing. Tormenta, the WoW champion, is lying in the ring. What we can only assume is a tremendous pain.
And it looks like if the goal was to do damage to Tormenta, this has been done. As our WoW World Champion looks to be injured in this main event, David. Might have been pushing it just a little too hard to compete a week after winning that title.
We mentioned that, Nigel, the champion having taken on that title match defense 1 week after winning the title. You think about that. The physical toll of what it took to win and defeat the Classmaster for the championship. And then becoming the new WoW champion just days ago. And the mental stress of becoming the champion and the first Mexican luchador to win the WoW title. It's all too much possibly. Let's take a look at just what happened, fans. Here you see the action. Reina Del Rey, Tormenta in the action. We already mentioned Tormenta looked a little slow tonight, not coming out with that speed that she's used to. The two of them there in the corner. And then this, the German suplex. And you can see it right there. Tormenta falling on that right shoulder, and that shoulder is in trouble. I don't know the extent to the injury. Now we're back in the ring, fans. You're seeing Mela. Mela's here. She is here. She's helping out. Oh, this isn't looking good, Nigel.
And fans, we will get an update on this. Be sure to check us out on WOWE.com and our WoW Superheroes social media, David. We've got to, unfortunately, go off the air right now as our television time is running out, but we will keep you updated, David, on the WoW World's Champion.
Nigel, I think we're going to have to get these ropes removed. Fans, we will see you next week on WoW.